earlier in the week, so I'm not sure. Can we have the amount double-checked and then come back and cover this later today at the meeting?
Yes, we could. It's,
Because I think it's over $1 million, what the claims I saw earlier this week, so. I'm sorry.
yeah, we'll move on with that until we,
Yeah.
the list of claims was right. We have that. It was $2,480,046.80. But let's,
No, if we can come back to that before.
yeah, I think what we'll do is they're working on that. So we've had a list of the claims. So it's just from the claim list to our notes here is where the discrepancy comes in. So what Joe had already reviewed was the list of claims, not this piece of paper. So we won't vote on that until such time as we get a final answer. Okay, the next item is new business, is a lease purchase agreement for 616 West Queen Street.
I'm going to present that. These are the two properties that are located behind Amazing Joe's for the upcoming work in the next round. We would like to purchase those properties. It's the lowest point, and it'll be a storage unit underground.
So there's two properties here. There's 616 and 612-12 that we'll do them both at one time. Okay.
That was my presence.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boy, I tell you, you got somebody's attention.
I did.
Do you want me to explain a little more?
Yes, please.
Okay, we have to put end-of-pipe treatment on our storm sewers and our combined sewer overflows. And these are decent-sized units that will go underground, but they take up a fair amount of space. In that particular CSO, which I think, is John Barlow here? I think it's, what is that, 07? At and there's no room to build anything. You go right from the White River Boulevard, or the Wheeling to the, so we're gonna have to go back up the sewer, and these were the closest vacant lots we could find where we could build this facility. So that's kind of why we're looking at that purchase,
Okay.
or lease purchase.
Are there any other questions with that? The total, one property was $32,500 and the other property was $10,000. Let me just make sure I have the right addresses for these two here, okay? Yeah. The 616 West Queen Street is the 10,000, And basically, I think you covered what we're not buying houses, we're buying the lots.
No, these are lots.
These are lots?
Unoccupied.
Okay. So we were very happy as Mr. Klein, and he can get into a lot of detail why the storage holding for stormwater. But
It's a floatable controlled treatment facility.
is it, okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to be doing this through different areas where we'll be doing sewer work. So this is, I give Mr. Klein a lot of credit for this. This will save us money, a lot of money in each case we do this. We're going to be doing this as we do sewer work throughout the sanitary district. So,
Will that be in the 16 bond issue, Mike?
No,
This
no,
work?
it has to be engineered, and
Okay.
we're kind of getting the,
So we're at
the
least
property in advance.
couple bond issues away. So,
yes,
yeah.
it'll probably be more after
20,
that,
yeah.
after 2016.
any other questions from the board? Do I have a motion at that point in time then to approve the lease purchase for 616 West Queen Street and 610-12 Queen Street?
I would so move.
I will second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Nikki. Do you have anything else while you're up here?
I do.
Why don't we skip down to 4 then? It's the resolution 2014-14, the resolution amending for personal handbook for the Muncie Sanitary District.
That'd be great. This is the drug and alcohol policy of the Muncie Sanitary District. We changed some wording, cleaned up some wording. It's a zero tolerance. It's cleaning up wording. You've already approved the handbook, but I need you to approve the amendment.
Reviewed by our attorney.
Yes.
Any questions on that from the board? Then can we have a motion for resolution 2014-14?
So moved.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next, we're going to go right down to number 5 on the agenda. That's local agreement between the Muncie Sanitary District and Delaware County for a GSA GISI services. And Nikki, again, while you're up here, if you would cover that.
The partnership with the county GIS program, if you remember, we had an employee that left for another position a year ago. We didn't replace him. We're at the point now where we need to start looking at that replacement. Instead of hiring somebody, we're going to partner with the county to do this work at a cost of $20,000 a year. It's an annual agreement.
It's the case of not replacing an employee. They tried to get by for almost a year now to do the job with one less employee. It became impossible to do such. And so consequently, rather than at this point in time hire another employee, we went ahead and worked with the county to save, again, the taxpayers' dollars.
Absolutely.
That's the bottom line on this one. So I see both board members nodding their head. And so do I have a motion at this point in time to approve the interlocal agreement between the Muncie Sanitary District and Delaware County for the GIS services?
So moved.
Second that?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And thanks to the county for working with us on that.
Kyle's actually here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Again, it's a good way for government to work together to save tax dollars, so thank you. We'll go back. How are we on the proving the bills here? We want to get people paid.
Yes, we're ready. Deborah Irvin, Muncie Sanitary Financial Manager. The register of claims total is for $2,489,461.83.
Okay.
Yeah, that works.
That's exactly what's on the claim list. So do I have a motion to approve the claim?
I would have, that matches up with what we had earlier, so I would approve, move to approve claims.
Thank you.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Thank you, Debbie.
Yes.
Transfer of funds, we're right here. This will be a appropriation of funds, Resolution 2014-13, and this is a resolution transferring funds, so you can explain the details if you would, Debbie.
Yes. I have two parts to this morning. I'm asking for additional appropriation to 611-86-439-173, which is monthly services. Now, this is for the billing department, and I'm asking for an additional appropriation of $130,000. This is the fund where the credit cards are paid from, Star Financial for accepting our payments, just various monthly services that we have for the billing process. So I would ask for an additional $130,000. Also in Fund 617.
Can I interrupt you there? Can we cover one at a time? Because we
Certainly.
may have certain questions on this. What would be the reasons for the transfer of these funds? I mean, why would you need another $130,000
We are,
in that particular area?
when we did the budget last year, we had not gone through a processing with our new process going monthly. Not realizing at that time, how much money would be needed for monthly billing. So these are additional fees.
Okay.
We're in 8 months and we've ran out of the original
Sure.
budgeted amount.
Well, it's obvious that to go from a quarterly billing to a monthly billing is going to cost more money for our people to do that. So that's part of it. And we did estimate increases, but we were off a little bit in one particular account, is what my understanding of this is.
That's correct.
But on the same token, the decision of the board was to go to that monthly billing to increase our cash flow.
That's
So
correct.
it's worth that additional expense.
And we
So-
have had also an abundance of people that have signed up to pay by credit card. So these,
That's good news.
Mm-hmm.
That was, you want to cover the push you're doing for the credit card and also for your automatic withdrawals. You want to cover that, to get a little bit of commercial time in for that?
we have made us stressed with the public to pay by credit card or direct billing. And that's part of what these fees are, because we do pay the credit card fee.
Okay, well, that's good news. Again, increases cash flow,
Yes.
helps us reduce expenses, okay, as far as employees and everything, overtime or wherever, okay? So it's a good thing.
So this transfer will come out of sanitary sewer revenue? It's a contingency
Correct.
into this fund?
Right.
Do have a question.
Yes.
Who Who is our credit card agreement with? What bank institution?
We actually have several.
Okay.
First National
First Merchants
is one of
Yeah,
them.
First Merchants.
And Star Bank.
and Star Bank?
Yeah, we, each year, at least since I've been on the board, I'm not sure they did it before or didn't, but we would go out and we take bids for all our accounts, and we put an emphasis on using local banks. So that's a process we've been going through for a number of years now.
Do we go through that process yearly on like this card machine or whatnot, or how do we do that, Debbie?
We do not do it yearly.
Okay,
Some of this is depending on what,
contract.
well, and when a person pays by credit card, it depends on who their credit card is through too. Whether it be Visa, I mean, we take all major credit cards. But Star Bank has our main credit card, if that answers your question.
So that one, we did go out for competitive bids on, but what I was probably really referring to is any monies we have and where we invest it, and we put it in whatever bank would give us the most money on a yearly basis. That's probably what I was thinking of
What
on
I'm,
that.
what I'm thinking of is there's a percentage, each time a card's swiped, there is a percentage that they charge you for that. And that's, I think, what you're alluding to in this $130,000 is that expense going out the door. Accurate?
That, well, and also in this fee, this is not just credit card.
I understand that. but,
Okay.
Yeah. I was thinking if we can get a better rate someplace, we can decrease that dollar value, so.
I will definitely look into that for you.
All right.
Good point, Joe, thank you.
Yep.
Anything else? Do we have a motion to move the funds?
I would make the motion to
And
approve
that-
the resolution.
Okay, very good, thank you. That was 2014-13, correct?
Four.
Yes, it was. Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. All right, thank you, Debbie. You have something else here?
I do. I'm also asking for appropriation.
You had
in-
two of them. Excuse
I
me.
have two. 617-89-421-022, which is materials and supplies in stormwater. This, when we get to the resolution, you'll see why I'm needing these funds. I'm asking for an additional $76,000 appropriated into this fund for stormwater.
Okay, so without reading it, why would we need that, or is,
This is to repay for, at the time right now, sewer maintenance is paying for the material and supplies for stormwater, and we will be reimbursing,
so this is basically not an increase in money that was already been allocated, you're just transferring money from one account to the other? Would that be a fair
It's-
assessment?
it's being paid where it should by stormwater,
Right.
not by sewer
No, it's not
maintenance. Yes.
additional.
The stormwater project being
Correct.
built by our sewer maintenance.
Correct.
Sanitary sewer revenue maintenance facility, so we're
Okay. So you're paying them for doing the work, basically from the stormwater?
we're
So,
self-performing
and
work.
Self-performing, and the reason we're self-performing is
To
again.
save
just
money,
to
get
save-
more done.
To save money, get more done. It's good to get all this out, okay? Joe, any questions?
No.
All right, so I think that we've already passed 2014-13, and I think that was part of that, or is this a different resolution?
We have not passed the resolution yet. Right now, I'm just asking for appropriation.
Okay,
And I'm asking for $76,000 in stormwater material and supplies.
So moved.
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you.
Okay, now, gentlemen, I would like to go to Resolution 2014-13.
And let the record show that I misspoke, that I asked for the 2014-13, and you were just asking for the transfer of funds. So let the record show that that was not what we were voting on at that particular time.
Yes, I'm actually,
Okay, thank you.
yes. At
Where are
first,
now?
Yes.
yes. Resolution 214-13 is a transfer from 617-89-431-026, Whiteley Materials and Supplies Project for $38,769.53 to 611-85-421-022, materials and supplies, which is sewer maintenance, for $38,769.53. From Fund 617-89-421-022, materials and supplies, $48,418.67. To 611-85-421-022, material and supplies, $48,418.67. This gentleman is taking from the Whiteley project in stormwater, moving the expenses to sewer maintenance, the $38,769.53, and from stormwater material and supplies to sewer maintenance, $48,418.67. This is no more than they've paid for the materials for these stormwater projects, and we are reimbursing them.
Okay, I've seen them out there, I know the materials are there, I know it's gonna happen, but this is gonna happen 3 or 4 more times this year. They're gonna keep, as they go to another street, they'll keep buying materials for that. So do we have to go through this every time, I guess?
Mark, I guess that
Can
might
we
be an answer for
move
you.
200,000 and correct it later?
I mean,
We have talked to Mr. Barton, and we're going to do this again at the end of the year.
Okay, okay.
so this
and-
would be now and then the end of the year?
Well, and hopefully when they have these, that they'll send the bills downtown and I can put them through the proper
Because
fund.
there's probably 4 or 5 times this amount that'll be put in the ground.
Yeah.
So I just wanted the procedure.
Block by block by block,
Yeah.
yeah, right,
Okay.
okay.
All right,
All right, so we'll approve this one, and then you're going to be getting the bills and accumulate them, and what did you mean by coming back at the end of the year?
At the end of the year, if we have any cleanup to do,
Then you'll do it,
I'll do a resolution at that time.
okay.
okay, good.
All right, very good, good point, Mike.
Then I would move approval of 2014-13.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Again, good move. Joe and Mike seem to be our construction guys of us doing Whiteley out there, getting that work started and doing it internally, and coming out of Tracy Barton's department, which is saving us all money. So it's good you're taking that on. I know you're doing that, Tracy and Doug, on top of your other duties, so good job. I think we're down to public comments at this point in time. Is there anybody from the public that would like to come forward? If you would you please come up to the podium and give us your name and address, please?
Okay. I'm Bonnie Spence, and I live at 4602 West Burton Drive here in Muncie. And I received a bill for $147.84 this week for my sewage bill. I've never received one this high before.
Okay.
And when I listened to the lady before me about all the expenses, years ago, the prices weren't that much for the materials and for the work. And if it would have been done at that time, we would not all be burdened with these prices that we have to pay. You're sitting there, but when we're retired and we have this extra burden, we're on a fixed income. And then when I hear that it goes to a month rather than 3 months, you know what, you got to have more paperwork, there's more expense. And it was working out just fine every 3 months. But if that's called progress, I think there's something wrong, because we cannot continue to pay these high bills every month, any of us. We have taxes. They always want to put a wheel tax on us when we go get our license. We've just been taxed to the limit. And I think that it's time that we speak up, and you need to hear our voice. And I'm here to say that today. I'm very disappointed. I gave them the right to take the money out of my account, and I get a bill like this. To me, it's like stealing, because when you were given it every 3 months, it didn't put the burden on us. But like I said, we're retired, and we're on a fixed income. And then I hear how about wanting to appropriate more money to spend. None of us have that kind of money unless you get it from us, and you just keep adding on to the bill every month. And it's going to get to a point, Muncie is in the downfall. It may be seeming like there's new business coming, but there is not any industry to help any of us to pay these bills. And I think before money is appropriated for everything, you need to go to the taxpayers and ask their voice.
Well, let me try to clear up what we just did. We didn't spend more money. What we did was just transferred money from one account to another. And the reason we did that was that we found that by getting an outside contractor to do work that was required to do, that it cost us more money than to do it internally. So the reason we were doing this was we've taken on these, instead of going out and hiring a contractor to do it, we're doing it ourselves. And that's to save money. Now, as far as your individual bill goes, I don't know why your bill would be higher than normal. I know we had a glitch in the last couple of months as we switched over.
Yes,
And we were billing for 2 months rather than one.
yes.
and I
Well,
don't
mine
know-
doesn't add up to 2 months, but
Okay,
it
well,
should be.
But we'd be happy to look at that
I would
individually.
like for you
We
to,
would be happy to do that.
because I can't go back. I live on one side of the duplex.
Yes, ma'am.
But I can't go to my renter and say, by the way, I'm going to have to recoup some of the money that I didn't get from you.
Yeah.
And
Well,
that's really not fair.
Well, our bill, what we bill from, and we have not raised our rates. In fact, this board actually lowered the stormwater rates by $1 million.
Yep.
So this board has not raised rates that were not already in effect to be raised. So we agree with you. All government agencies need to work to the best of their ability to keep things down. We don't disagree. And we would be happy to take a look at your bill after this meeting.
Yes.
And if something unusual happened, there may be a leak, and I don't know what that could be. But we'll be happy to go over that with you
Okay.
to see what we could do, ma'am.
I understand that. And I'd just
Okay.
like to say the 3-month bill was much better than the 1 month.
Well, it just became very difficult to collect the bill after basically 90 days, which would then go into, because of high turnover in this particular area of our district,
Yes.
somebody would have a bill and no action was taken for 6 months. And those in business know that it's difficult to collect the bill after 6 months. So
I understand.
so
But
that- and that's the
it's
reason we're
costing us
doing
more
it.
money in the long run.
Well,
She
I,
just said she needed more money
I-
to make it through.
yes, ma'am, but that was based on, yes, well, I see your point. But in this case
Yeah.
here, the money that we're going to be spending, we'll be saving much more over here. But
Well, I hope we don't have a rate increase because most of us, like I said, there's a lot of retired people here in Muncie,
I totally.
and they can't afford
This board totally agrees with you on that,
Okay.
okay?
I appreciate you listening to me.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for coming up and being polite with your comments. Is there anybody else from the audience who would like to address the board? If not, then we will close the meeting, and the next meeting will be Thursday, September 4th at 10:30 a.m. in the same spot. Thank you, everybody.